I had heard that Tanya was looking to move on. She's certainly been a fantastic captain for the foundation, a great captain for the ship, and I jumped at the opportunity, and it's been great. Yeah, I started in January, so it's been a slow process of kind of moving out of Baltimore and moving here, which we're kind of just finally situating ourselves right now. But it's been great. I worked for the Living Classrooms Foundation. They normally bring a couple ships to downrig weekend. Normally Lady Maryland is their larger schooner. She's a little bit bigger, same size as Sultana, known as the only pungy schooner in the bay. I was captain of her for about 5 years. Shortly after college, I volunteered with a small non-for-profit called Rock the Boat in the Bronx, where you could, they run a great program. It's an after-school program for kids in the Bronx, where they basically teach them carpentry skills kind of through building some small rowboats. They also have a program where they sail the boats and operate the boats as well. I volunteered there for a little bit. I volunteered at a place called the South Street Seaport Museum, which is right in New York. And eventually I had a full-time job building and designing scenery. And I did that for a while, and then after a while I realized I'd rather be out sailing, and it kind of just snowballed from a part-time, from like a volunteer situation to a part-time situation to eventually it just came full-time. I had a pretty solid carpentry kind of background, so a lot of it was just changing from the vernacular of building scenery, building furniture, to the vocabulary of building ships, building boats, and kind of learning some of the more specific techniques of that. But it's something I picked up over time. Absolutely. We just got back from a 2 weeks kind of out stomping around. We went down to St. Michael's for about 10 days. We were over in Annapolis for 3 or 4 days. So yeah, it's been a great kind of weather window to take her out in the bay. And we've been sailing with students since late March, early April. So it's been a number of weeks now that we've been underway with the crew operating the boat. She's a fantastic boat. It's a lot of fun to have she's a very manageable size, you know what I mean, like a very versatile boat and very like fun to sail, very great. Yeah, I think every boat very much has its own temperament, its own style, its own just the nuts and bolts of how every boat is built, how every boat handles, the way the crew interacts with the students. There's so many things that kind of go into how the boat operates, how it kind of presents itself from day to day. And a lot of that a lot of it takes time, There's some nuts and bolts stuff you get over in the first day, and then a lot of it just takes time to get to know her better. So it was a fantastic transition process where she was able to really give me so much of what was in her brain, and so much of it was, she knows the boat so well. She was the mate for a number of years, and then she's been the captain, I believe, for 7 years. I believe I'm correct there. So she knew everything. She really knew the boat in and out. So it was great to have 4 months to kind of overlap with her and really, really kind of be able to ask her questions. And it's a lot of stuff a lot of it you don't think about until you need it, So I'd be like, oh, and where's this? Like, oh, and where's that? And like, oh, how do we do this? And how does this work? And she, again, she really did a fantastic job running the program for so long. So it really made my process of coming in really quite painless, very easy. All of the boats that do education like this in the spring and fall, rely heavily on field trips, which we do as well. Our spring and the fall is really relying on school groups, largely 3rd grade through 6th grade-ish, coming and doing a field trip. And I think that model is a model that a lot of other boats use as well. It's not unique to us, but it's also not the most common thing in the world. I guess there's only a handful of boats that really do it. And then our summer program is a lot more live-aboard programs. We do stay here in the bay. And we mostly, they're week-long live-aboard programs for middle school students. And again, and that idea is a little more specific to us. Oh, it's wild. You wouldn't believe. A lot of kids haven't been on the water before. Right. Which you think, living on the Eastern Shore, there's water all around us, right? And there's rivers, there's creeks, there's oceans, there's bays, there's water everywhere. A lot of these kids have never been on a boat before. And it's amazing to get them on a boat. Sometimes they're a little afraid, but they always get over that quickly. And then you have kids who grew up on the water, who have been out there working it since as soon as they could walk, probably, who get on board and are comfortable with it, but they get to see a different side of it, like from a boat like Sultana as opposed to a work boat. It's amazing to watch kids kind of go through that that transformation be either from a place of experience or a lack of experience to kind of see the bay. And I think it's something that's really, it's crucial to our mission to get kids to do that, to kind of see the bay for how great it is. I feel like there's lots of pictures always of kids like holding fish, like they go fishing with the kids every day, but I think it's neat how the kids get to see, like, to do the water chemistry, to do the water qualities with the boat, to kind of see the plankton, which, you know, a lot of people don't really kind of appreciate, for how much life is really teeming in the water. And yeah, I think it blows their minds a lot of time. The kids they're always excited.